Alumni volunteers have a huge impact on the university, and they empower the university and give back to the university in so many different kinds of ways. The leadership roles that alumni take on are significant. They require lots of time and effort and patience, and we're tremendously grateful that so many people are willing to take on alumni volunteer roles at Penn, the largest being our alumni interview program.
The interviews matter because what they do is connect really important insights from someone who knows Penn really well. And they connect those insights to the student that we're beginning to learn in an application. And so while we don't always have an interview for every applicant, when we do have them, it's really nice detail that helps us round out our understanding of the student when we're trying to imagine what they would be like here at Penn. When we're reviewing an applicant, there are materials that are required of every student. And each one of those things is really important to how we understand them as a learner, as a community member, how they contribute, and what they're curious about. And when we have the alumni notes, what that does is add detail from an unplanned conversation, where the student is reacting to questions that are posed in front of them and they answer it in real time. And so for us, that's a really nice way to learn about a student when someone can relay back to us their impressions of a student in a one-to-one conversation.
Every year, Penn seems to be receiving more and more applications, and the alumni interview is a chance for students to add a different dimension, express themselves in a different way. The process can seem really kind of form-driven, and this is a chance for students to express themselves in a much more free way and for that human element to really interject itself into this process. The most helpful approach to a write-up is almost approaching it like a journalist would. So being able to just add detail and set the scene for us, help us understand what the student chose to speak about, when did their eyes light up, what were they most excited about. All of those things help us then refer back to their application and see, oh yes, that matches kind of what their teachers were trying to say, or oh, they didn't quite fully explain that in their essay, but wow, they really seem to share much more about that in their interview.
One of the most important things for the alumni volunteers is to remember that what they're doing is representing the university to young people who are aspirational, who are looking at Penn as a place where they might go to school. They're nervous, they're excited, they're highly motivated. So to serve as an ambassador and really key into what the students are interested in and try to connect those student interests to what they already know about their Penn experience and what's going on at Penn today is a really nice way to represent the university, not just to the student who they're interviewing, but also more broadly, because that student is going to talk about the interview with other people when it's over.
The most enjoyable thing about being an alumni interviewer is that I get to kind of stay fresh with what's going on at Penn, because I have to know what's going on at Penn in order to be able to effectively interview a student. So I have to, bone up on my Penn knowledge every year. And at the same time, I get to see the kinds of students that Penn is now attracting with all the great new things that it's doing every year.
My alumni interview experience was definitely incredible. Right away, when my interviewer came out, I felt so welcome. He was so personable and kind, and it didn't feel, I thought it was going to be more of like kind of an interrogation, but it was one of the most welcoming experiences. And the whole thing just felt very friendly. It really felt like they were trying to get to know me, and that was the best part. And at the same time, obviously, I was trying to get to know Penn a little bit, so the conversation just flowed very easily.
Conducting virtual interviews has been really easy for me. It's been great because I can do it from the comfort of my own home. There's no crazy requirements. I just throw on a Penn hoodie, put my computer up on my dining table, and there's a neutral background behind me, and it saves so much time. I don't have to go to a coffee shop or do anything like that. I just set up shop on my laptop and we're done in 30 minutes.
It's been a huge opportunity for us to look at a program strategically from an alumni engagement perspective and position it as a way to be involved with the institution. And for many volunteers, it may be the first way that they get involved with Penn. So the partnership we've had with admissions has enabled us to take a program that was already succeeding at a very high level and even make it function at a higher level, involving more volunteers in a more substantial way to really reach every single applicant during the admissions process, and at the same time engage literally tens of thousands of alumni volunteers.
Thank you so much for the time that you spend connecting with students, meeting with students, writing to us about the students. preparing for the opportunity that you have to be a university ambassador. We really appreciate it, and we couldn't do what we do without you helping. Thank you.